Hello everyone, welcome to Management Accounting class. In today's class, we are going to solve combined problem on liquidity ratios and solvency ratios. Okay, this problem will come for 15 marks. Problem number 6. Following is the statement of assets and liabilities of Chennai Limited. Okay, and this is the balance sheet or statement of assets and liabilities of Chennai Limited. The total of equity and liability side is 4,50,000. Okay. Asset side same 4,50,000, and these are the notes to balance sheet. Note 1 is share capital, note 2 reserves and surplus, note 3 long term borrowings, note 4 short term borrowings, note 5 trade payables, we have creditors and bills payable. Then note 6 other current liabilities. Okay, note 7 tangible assets, note 8 is relating to intangible assets, note 9 current investments, note 10 inventories, note 11 trade receivables, note 12 cash and cash equivalent. Okay, and here is the question. You are required to calculate, first one is current ratio, second one liquidity ratio. Okay, here liquidity ratio, third one debt equity ratio, fourth is capital gearing ratio, and fifth one is proprietary ratio. Okay, so these 5 ratios we have to calculate, and with the help of these ratios we have to write interpretation or conclusion on the whatever ratios we have calculated. That is, what is the liquidity position and solvency position we can find out with the help of these ratios. Okay, so next line write solution. Okay, in front of that write calculation of ratios. Now what is the first ratio we need to find out? Current ratio. Okay, so write here first one current ratio. Formula of current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. Okay, current assets divided by current liabilities. Now we need to find out the amount of current assets and amount of current liabilities. For that we need to check the balance sheet. Now here see, we don't need to calculate the amount of current assets. It is been given in the balance sheet. Okay, so current assets includes current investments, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents. Okay, and the details of these assets is given in notes. Okay, and these are the amount of the current assets. Total amount of current assets for the year is 1,80,000. Okay, so now put this amount into the formula. Okay, current asset how much? 1,80,000. Okay, 1,80,000. Next, current liabilities we need to find out. Okay, now check the liability side of the balance sheet. Here is the total amount of current liabilities. Current liabilities includes short term borrowings, trade payables and other current liabilities, and the total is 1 lakh. Okay, the total amount of current liabilities is 1 lakh. Now same amount we will be taking here. So write rupees 1 lakh. Okay, current liabilities rupees 1 lakh. Now find out the current ratio. Okay, current ratio will be 1,80,000 divided by 1 lakh. Current assets how much? 1,80,000, whereas current liabilities 1 lakh. Here both the amount is available in the balance sheet. So once again no need to calculate the same. So directly we can find out the answer. 1,80,000 divided by 1 lakh is equal to 1.8 is to 1. Okay, 1.8 is to 1. Over. Understood? Calculation of current ratio. Now next one is, now check in the questions, which is the next ratio we need to find out. As I said, we need to this is a combined problem where we will be solving liquidity ratios and solvency ratios. In liquidity, we need to calculate current ratio and liquid ratio. We got the answer of current ratio. Now next one is liquidity ratio. Okay, so next line right here, liquid ratio. Okay, next line, liquid ratio. What is the formula to find out liquid ratio? Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by liquid liabilities. Okay, liquid assets divided by liquid liabilities. We don't know the amount of liquid assets. We need to find out the liquid asset. And how we can find out the liquid assets? Liquid assets equal to, so right here, next line, liquid assets equal to total current assets, total current assets, minus stock minus preliminary expenses. Okay, we have calculated the amount of total current asset, right? That is, it is given in the problem. We have not calculated, it is given in the problem. Okay, what is the amount of current asset? Here you can check. See, 1,80,000. It is given in the balance sheet. Okay, so next line right here, liquid asset is equal to total current asset, that is rupees 1,80,000. Okay, 1,80,000 minus stock. Now for that, check note number 10. Note number 10 is relating to inventories. In inventories, we have stock of rupees 50,000. So right here, 50,000. Understood? Minus preliminary expenses, which is not given in the problem. Okay, preliminary expenses is not given in the problem. Okay, now we got the amount of liquid total current asset minus stock, because liquid asset is nothing but all current asset except stock and preliminary expenses. Okay, the amount of stock is 50,000. So 1,80,000 minus 50,000, balance is 1,30,000. Okay, 1,30,000. Okay, now we know the amount of liquid asset. Next we need to find out the liquid liabilities. Okay, liquid liabilities is nothing but all current liabilities except bank overdraft. Except what? Bank overdraft. So right here, total current liabilities. Okay, total current liabilities minus bank overdraft. Bank overdraft, right, short form. Okay, next line, write the amount of total current liabilities. What is the amount of total current liabilities? It is 1 lakh. Okay, here you can check the amount of total current liabilities is 1 lakh. Okay, so here it's equal to, write 1 lakh minus, what is the amount of bank overdraft? Now first we need to check whether bank overdraft is there in the problem. Okay, it is given in the balance sheet. Yes, we have the bank overdraft. How much bank overdraft? That is short term borrowings. How much? 25,000. Bank overdraft is 25,000. Okay, 25,000. So 1 lakh, next line, right, 1 lakh minus 25,000 is equal to 75,000, is equal to 75,000. Now put both the values into the formula. Okay, both the values into the formula. We got the amount of liquid asset, which is, formula is liquid asset divided by liquid liabilities. Amount of liquid assets 1,30,000, amount of liquid liabilities 75,000. So therefore liquid ratio is equal to 1,30,000 divided by 75,000, divided by 75,000. Okay, now 1,30,000 divided by 75,000 is equal to 1.73%. 1.73% is to 1. Okay, 1.73% is to 1. I hope you understood the calculation of liquid ratio. Okay, now next one, after liquid ratio, which is the next one? Debt equity ratio. Okay, so next line, write debt equity ratio. Okay, so next line, write third one, debt equity ratio. What is the formula of debt equity ratio? Debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Okay, debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Okay, now we need to find out the amount of long term debt. So next line, write long term debt is equal to, usually we find out long term debt by adding term loan or long term loan plus debentures. Okay, now we'll check in the problem whether loan amount is there or what. Okay, first one is share capital reserves. Okay, there is long term borrowings, that is 8% debentures. After that there is short term borrowings, trade payables, which means that firm has only one long term borrowings, that is 8% debentures. Okay, so right here long term borrowings is equal to debentures, okay, which is equal to how much amount of debentures? 60,000. Okay, understood? Because we have only one long term debt here. Okay, firm has only one long term debt. Next one is shareholders fund. So next line, write shareholders fund. We need to find out the amount of shareholders fund. Okay, shareholders fund. Now shareholders fund is equal to, shareholders funds is equal to equity share capital, here you can check in note 1, equity share capital plus preference share capital plus reserves and surplus. So all this will come in the shareholders fund. So what we'll do, we'll draw one table over here by which it becomes easy for calculation. Okay, first is equity share capital, next one preference share capital. Okay, equity and preference share capital, these are the two share capital we have here. Next one, reserve fund and profit and loss account. Okay, reserve fund and profit and loss account. Now write the amount. Okay, the amount of equity capital is 1,50,000. Amount of equity capital is 1,50,000, whereas preference capital is 75,000. Okay, preference capital is 75,000. Next one, amount of reserve fund 40,000 and amount of profit for the year is 25,000. 25,000. Okay, $25,000. Now make the total. How much is the total? 1,50,000 plus 75,000 plus 40,000 plus 25,000 plus 25,000. Okay, so total is 2,90,000. Total how much? 2,90,000. 2,90,000. Okay, next line right here, less goodwill. Okay, less goodwill and preliminary expenses. Here in the problem only goodwill is given. Okay, less goodwill. What is the amount of goodwill? Check in the note number 8, that is intangible assets, 20,000. Okay, so 2,90,000 minus 20,000 is equal to 2,70,000. Okay, 2,70,000. How this amount has come? Shareholders funds includes equity share capital, preference share capital, reserve fund, whatever fund has created, and profit earned for the year is also a part of shareholders funds. Okay, from this amount we have to deduct fictitious assets, that is goodwill, preliminary expenses. In the problem only goodwill amount is there, so therefore shareholders fund is how much? 2,70,000. 2,90,000 minus 20,000. So total is 2,70,000. Okay, I hope you understood calculation of shareholders fund. Now both the calculations are over, right? That is calculation of long term debt and calculation of shareholders fund. Now we will be putting both this value into the formula. Okay, so next line write, therefore debt equity ratio is equal to what is the amount of long term debt here? So this is the formula, right? long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Okay, the amount of long term debt is 60,000, whereas shareholders fund is 2,70,000. Okay, 60,000 divided by 2,70,000 divided by 2,70,000. Okay, now find out the ratio. Okay, 60,000 divided by 2,70,000 is equal to 0.22 is to 1. Okay, 0.22:1 is the debt equity ratio. Okay, I hope you understood. Now after this, the fourth question is calculation of capital gearing ratio. Okay, fourth one is capital gearing ratio. Okay, see here, capital gearing ratio. And what is the formula of capital gearing ratio? Capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest and dividend bearing securities divided by equity shareholders fund. Now this ratio usually calculated to find out the relation or the proportion between the fixed interest, the securities on which the firm has to pay fixed amount of interest and dividend to the investors, and the equity shareholders. Okay, so what is the proportion in between these two? To find out that, we need to find out what? Capital gearing ratio. This ratio is also called as what? Leverage ratio. Okay, now first we need to find out the amount of fixed interest and dividend bearing funds. Okay, so next line write, instead of writing in full, we will use short form. Fixed interest and dividend bearing securities is equal to, now check in the problem for that, the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, the example of fixed interest and dividend bearing funds are loans, debentures and preference share capital. Okay, in the problem there is preference share capital. Okay, so take this 7% preference shares capital. Okay, so fixed interest and dividend bearing funds is equal to 7% preference shares capital plus then debentures, there is 8% debentures, so take this as well, 8% debentures. Now check in the problem, is there any long term loans? No, there is only one long term borrowings, that is 8% debentures. Now take the value of both the items here. 7% preference share capital, how much is the amount of 7% preference share capital? It is 75,000. Okay, plus what is the amount of 8% debentures? 60,000. Okay, 60,000. Now 75% plus 60%, 75,000 plus 60,000 is equal to how much? 1,35,000. Okay, how much? 1,35,000. Okay, now next one is equity shareholders fund. So next line write equity shareholders funds. Equity funds is equal to equity share capital, here it is, okay, plus equity share capital, then plus reserves, that is reserve fund, next profit and loss, that is profit for the year, or else direct will take the total, reserves and surplus, okay, reserves and surplus, okay, minus what, or less goodwill, less goodwill. Here only like few adjustments are there, so we have, instead of like preparing table, we can आराम से calculate over here, okay. This will use shortcut, equity shareholders fund, हाँ, equity shareholders fund equal to equity share capital plus reserves and surplus minus goodwill, okay. There is no preliminary expenses given in the problem, okay, no preliminary expenses given in the problem. What is the amount of equity share capital? It is 1,50,000, okay. Equity share capital 1,50,000 plus reserves how much? Reserves and surplus total how much? 65,000. It is 65,000, okay. Minus what is the amount of goodwill? Now check in the note number. Note number 8. Goodwill is 20,000. So write here 20,000. Okay. So the amount of equity shareholders funds is how much? 1,50,000 plus reserves and surplus, that is 65,000 minus goodwill 20,000. So total it is how much? 1,50,000 plus 65,000 plus minus 20,000 is equity shareholders fund is 1,95,000. Okay, 1,95,000. Now we got the amount of fixed interest. Formula is here. Okay, capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest and dividend bearing securities divided by equity shareholders funds. Okay, fixed interest and dividend bearing securities is 75,000 and 60,000. So total it is 1,35,000, whereas equity shareholders fund is 1,95,000, and here is the calculation. Now put both the values into the formula. Okay, so therefore capital gearing ratio is equal to, okay, next line write, capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest and dividend bearing funds, which is how much? 1,35,000. How much? 1,35,000 divided by equity shareholders funds how much? 1,95,000. Okay, 1,95,000. So next line write answer, 1,35,000 is equal to 1,35,000 divided by 1,95,000 is equal to, how much is the answer of capital gearing ratio? It is 0.69 is to 1. Okay, 0.69 is to 1. 0.69 is to 1. Okay, I hope you understood the calculation of capital gearing ratio. And the last one is proprietary ratio. Okay, fifth one is which one? Proprietary ratio. Okay, so next line, write fifth one is proprietary ratio. Okay, the formula of proprietary ratio is shareholders' funds divided by total tangible assets. Okay, now here calculation of this ratio becomes easy because already we have calculated shareholders' funds, right? See here, the amount of shareholders' fund is how much? 2,70,000. Okay, so once again no need to find out the shareholders' fund. Okay, now shareholders' funds divided by total tangible assets. In the note we will get the amount of total tangible assets. Okay, how much? 2,50,000. This, or else we can take this way, like this. Total assets how much? 4,50,000 minus current asset. Okay, any which ways we can take. Sorry, total assets minus, it is tangible asset, not like only fixed asset. Total assets minus like goodwill. Okay, that is intangible assets we need to deduct, and the amount of intangible asset is 20,000. Okay, so 4,50,000 minus 20,000, balance will be total tangible asset. Okay, and shareholders fund how much? 2,70,000. So we will be putting both this value into the formula. Okay, see here, total shareholders fund how much? 2,70,000. Okay, 2,70,000 divided by total tangible assets. Okay, before that we'll show here the calculation of total tangible assets. Okay, so write total tangible assets is equal to total tangible assets is equal to total assets total assets minus intangible asset. Intangible assets. Intangible assets. Okay, what is the amount of total assets? It is 4,50,000. Okay, so write 4,50,000 minus intangible assets how much? It is 20,000. See here, goodwill 20,000. Okay, so tangible asset is equal to 4,30,000. 4,30,000. Okay, so these are the calculation of ratios. Okay, so first ratio what we have calculated? liquidity ratios in that current ratio and liquid ratio. Okay, we can check over here what is the answer we have got. Current ratio is 1.8:1, which is less than the standard ratio. What is the ideal or standard ratio of current ratio or working capital ratio? It is 2:1. Okay, whereas our actual ratio is 1.8:1. Okay, next one, liquid ratio is 1.73:1, whereas ideal ratio is 1:1, which means that there are more assets than the liquid liabilities. Liquid assets are sufficient to manage the liquid liabilities. Okay, after liquid ratio, third one is debt equity ratio. Okay, the ratio between long term debt to shareholders fund, and the answer is 0.22:1. And the next one is capital gearing ratio. Answer of capital gearing ratio is 0.69:1. And the last one is proprietary ratio. Okay, here the answer should be like, we have to calculate answer here. Put this value into the formula, 2,70,000 divided by 4,30,000. Okay, so 2,70,000 divided by 4,30,000 is equal to how much? 0.63:1. Okay, understood? 0.63:1. This is the answer of proprietary ratio, that is the amount of shareholders funds invested in the tangible asset. Okay, this ratio will give the explanation of how much amount of shareholders funds is invested in tangible assets. So it is 0.63:1.